Hi, guys. It's turning me down. Hey, Jerry. We kind of lost the habit. It's only been a week, hasn't it? How was your New Year's? Pretty quiet? What's around here, anyhow? We can, no. Wow.
Oh, John sent me an email. Somebody down here from one of them eastern states up there.
Eastern states?
Yeah, he's wanting to have a meet and greet. I don't know if his wife's with him or just him. But anyway, I sent him a thing back saying we was busy today, busy up with Sis. He'd been here for a couple of days. We haven't been able to do anything because of the phone calls with the doctors and the lawyers and all that stuff.
Hey, Julie.
So anyway, he wanted to do a meet and greet. So I sent him a thing today saying we can't today, but as far as I know, I didn't have anything to do tomorrow.
I do early in the morning after that.
Yeah, so I said tomorrow afternoon. I said, are you available tomorrow afternoon? He says he is.
Okay.
So I'll find out where he's staying and we'll send him an email back and have lunch with him or something tomorrow.
Okay. Hey, Kevin, Mark. That's a little bit of time. They're getting here.
I can't even find my channel.
Well, it takes time.
Where do you get yours at? Usually I get an email. Here lately, I haven't even been getting an email.
Told you I don't, Happy New Year to you, too, from your friend Will in Fruitland Park. Well, Happy New Year to you. I said, I hope you had a nice New Year. I said, it was quiet around here. I said, we got a lot of business to take care of, so.
I have to go to my RV channel to actually find it every time.
That's odd.
So I went to my RV channel to subscribe to my channel. So when I go live, it notifies me on my RV channel that I'm live on this channel, which is stupid.
Well, you're the guru when it comes to this kind of stuff.
I am not a guru when it comes to any of this stuff.
I'm not technical. I just turn the phone on and find it. Yeah. Overjoy says she's not getting notifications either. I get them after we're finished. Is when she gets them.
Yeah, it's a YouTube thing. I don't understand it myself, but I'll tell you what's been going on in my mind. I've been thinking about it, but it's more work, and so I haven't done it. I thought about starting my own web page and have everybody go there and put your email on that web page, and that way I can go to that web page and send everybody a notification myself, and I know they get them. I don't know if I want to do that or not.
Yeah. Yeah, that. Yeah. I don't think so. Hey, Elaine. Susan Lowe.
Yeah, we are a little bit early, so anybody that's, don't even ask. It's been a hectic week.
They're catching up. A little bit at a time, they're catching us. Elaine says, hi, Skip and Sue. Wishing you a wonderful 2024. New Jersey watching. What snowstorm will
they're starting off with a bang.
Well, they're getting a snowstorm. So we're not, but they are. Yeah, William says, have you ever thought about smoke signals? William, you kill me. Oh. Hey, John.
Hey, Julie. I see Julie's on here.
Yeah. And John Lombard from St. John's. No.
Hi, Julie.
Oh, Enfield Road layout in the loft. Says, hi, Skip and Sue. Wish you a happy new year. Well, happy new year to you. Like I said, we're starting off with a bang this year. Mimi. Hey, Mimi. Yeah, Jerry says Skip's wearing a long sleeve shirt. No, he's not wearing long pants. No, he's got the long sleeve shirt on, but he don't have on the long pants. But he's not going anywhere. So, he don't go outside. So
it's a bit nippy.
Yeah, it's a bit nippy. I think the high today was only supposed to be 62.
I don't know. I walked outside last night. I got done editing the news, and so I walked outside last night just to get a breath of fresh air. I do it at night. I don't mind it at night. It's quiet. Walked outside. I thought, oh my God. I turned around, walked back inside. It was like 40 some degrees out there.
It was this morning when I walked. It was in the 40s, and I tell you, I was bundled up. But in my mind, I keep thinking I'm not going to do this in the morning until it warms up. But I just get up and go. That's the best way to do it. Just get up and go. Yeah, Kevin says snowstorm on Sunday. They're getting up there, so.
Up where?
Where's Kevin? There, Rhode Island.
Kevin who?
Kevin Jack's or
I thought he was down here till April.
I don't think so. I think they went home.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. And Julie says it's cold there, so that's yeah. Figure it's cold up there, honey. Overjoyed says loving this cooler weather. Wish I could stay this way all year. Oh no. I'd have to move.
I didn't move to Florida to be in cold weather.
Yeah, I'd have to go to Puerto Rico or something. I couldn't.
I don't mind cooler, 70s to low 80s, like it is in October. Yeah. That's fine. But when it gets to the 40s at night, nah.
Yeah, I can. I handle the warm a lot better than I do the cold. Actually,
that's the reason why we didn't go to Texas, because all over Texas it gets cold.
Yeah. Oh, and let's see. Well, hey, Joy, Happy New Year. Kevin K says, hi, a 30-40 day in the fort, calling for snow today. So that's Fort Wayne. Yeah, my son said it was snowing the other day, but it wasn't sticking. Said it was just a lot of flurries, and that was it. And yeah, Kevin says it's cold in Rhode Island, so 50 in San Antonio. Hey, you got the record high today. 50.
I just saw a guy on YouTube. I forget his name, his channel, but what he does is he just travels the United States, and he goes to large cities and small, but mostly large cities, and he tours the city, showing you the good side of the town, bad side of town, house prices in that area, that kind of thing. He just done a thing about Austin, Texas. I was shocked of how disgusting Austin, Texas has turned into. They're talking about LA, all the homeless people, the drug problem there. Well, check out Austin, Texas.
Yeah, and I'd always heard what a wonderful place that was. So, Cindy G, I'm not sure about going to Texas in March. We can't go until at least the 8th anyhow, because that's when my treatment is. So we can't go the 1st of March.
She can change that.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can.
No, this year I can't. But
well, then you'll know where I'm at.
Okay, I'll find you there. But like I said, we really wasn't sure we was going this year, truthfully, because where we were going, it's a nice area and all, but we kind of seen that, been there, done that, and so we just didn't know if we wanted to go stay for a month. And but like I said, we got time to do that, but we got things here to take care of first. What kind of a trouble would you get into from the villages if you put up a snowman? Well, I don't know if you've seen my pumpkin that was on my porch light or the yard light. I had the pumpkin head where they also have snowmen that goes on those lights. And some of the people still have them out. I took all that stuff down, but some people still have them out, and they decorate them. When they put those over the lights, they throw a scarf on them or a hat on them, just like you would if you were making a snowman. So kind of cute. Gives us old people something to do,
Old people around here ain't got nothing to do except bitch.
Well, everybody does something besides you.
Oh.
Galfrey says, glad to see you guys. I misinterpreted Skip's kitchen message, and I thought you weren't going to do the porch sitting anymore.
No,
we just last week. We weren't able to do it last week because we had some other business we had to take care of on Wednesday. So we weren't able to do it last week. But other than that, and we do have to take a trip up north. So like I said, we may miss another one here and there. We see. But like I said, we'll let you know. Oh, Jermaine said that they've been enjoying a lot of the travel videos. Well, that's good because we don't have very many lookers on the RV channel. It's Skip and Sue RV thing, and I said we don't have very many people on there like we do on this channel. So I said we do some interesting stuff sometimes. Other times it's just boring road stuff. But when you learn, when you're out camping and what have you, you learn a lot of stuff and you see a lot of people that you wouldn't ordinarily see. And that's something we haven't done, is done a lot of interviews with people that we've met on the
I'm
road.
probably not going to do that.
I just, I just think it's cool. And,
Yeah, I think it's boring.
well, black, white, what can I say? Yeah, it's one of those things, but we love traveling. We don't get to do it that often, but we really love traveling. And I just like the different foods you find in different places. And I said the different people that you meet. And,
Food.
well, and yeah, I haven't, he was used to the truck stop thing because of being a trucker for years. And so he knew all the ins and outs of the truck stop and where to go and where not to go and that kind of thing. I didn't know that stuff. So I learned as we went. And so I know where to feel comfortable, where not to feel comfortable, that kind of thing. I'm kind of glad that he knew something about it because it saved us a lot. Saved us a lot because I would have never, in my head, never would I have parked at a truck stop. With the trucks running, and because they leave trucks running all the night. And so with the trucks running, and like somebody that's going to turn everything off, open your windows for the breeze, yeah, you don't want to be in a truck stop because it is noisy. But like I said, for us, if you have the air conditioner running or the generator running for heat, that kind of thing, that kind of drowns out all that noise. And I feel safer knowing that the guys on the other side of us may be looking out for us. I mean, he would have done it, when he was trucking. So it does make you feel a little bit better. But we don't do very many of them, but sometimes there's not much else to go to.
I don't go there very much. The best time to go to a truck stop if you're traveling for food, restrooms, shower, whatever, always daytime. Truck stops are always half empty during the daytime.
Yeah. Oh, and let's see. Oh, well, Jerry, they didn't get here until late. So when we made the cherry delight, and I said it was kind of a very quick tutorial, but she learned some things. I also showed her about my noodles, and I said they got here so late that I got to start myself, and then just told her what I had done ahead of time, and she was really surprised because she knew how to make the noodles. In which you can actually buy the noodles.
Yes, she did. She knew how to make noodles?
Yes, she knew how to make the
Who
noodles.
showed her?
I did years ago.
Oh.
But like I said, she didn't have the whole thing down pat yet because it's not like chicken noodle soup you get out of a can. It's not watery. Mine are it's almost like a gravy. It's thicker. And she watched me when I done the noodles, and she watched me. I always put lots and lots of flour on them after I get done, and to make sure they don't stick together. And then when I put them in the pan, the flour goes with it, so that kind of thickens up the soup, which makes them that much better. But I've told her that a million times. The main thing is the soup base. You can cook 20 chickens and boil them down, and you might have that amount, but I just boil one chicken. And I use a LB Jameson soup base. And the stuff you buy down here is called Better Than Bouillon. And it works, but it's really salty. And so the amount that I put in, it's almost too salty. So that's why I like the LB Jameson. And I've got to order it from Amazon because they don't have it in the stores around here. They just have that Better Than Bouillon. But that's really what makes the taste, I think. And add a little yellow food coloring.
I don't know. I ate some of the leftover chicken noodles last night.
Yeah, I know. You just eat it. You don't care. But yeah, the cherry delight is really, really simple. If you want to, like some of the recipes that I've sent out, I've told use the already pre-made graham cracker crust. That saves you a lot of time. And if you don't have to make a big amount, an 8-inch, 9-inch pie is plenty for 2 people. Well, maybe not for you.
Maybe I'll go down in April.
Well, that will work.
Not really, because if it's every 6 weeks, that means it comes up again in last April.
I can put it off then.
So you can put off the 1st of March then?
No, that's the last. Yeah,
I ain't never been down there in April. I don't know how hot it gets. Well, March has always been comfortable.
I know last year was kind of cool. But we went to the pool, once?
Well, I wanted to go to the hot tub. I don't ever go to the pool.
Yeah,
I go to the hot tub.
You went to the hot tub, but I think he's only able to go once because it was kind of chilly. So I think April probably.
And this new place, I don't think has a hot tub.
Okay.
It's got a pool now, but I don't think it's got a hot tub.
Well, and then I didn't think it was a bad idea to wait until after the 8th, because I said you still do 30 days.
I might do it in April. Never been down there in April. Because I like going down there. There's something about it. I don't know. I just like going down there.
Do half March, half April.
No, you can't rent a lot that way. They let them.
But sometimes you can. It depends on how busy they are.
I doubt it.
Well,
I'll have Ron. Well, he can't bother him either. He's recovering from some pretty
stroke. Yeah.
He had a stroke, and we're talking about a guy that's not even close to being overweight in any way. I don't know why I attribute strokes to being overweight, but anyway. And they took him to emergency. Come to find out, the arteries that goes up your neck here, that goes into your brain. One of them, he said, was 100. They said 100% clogged. The other one was 90% clogged.
Yes.
And that's what caused him to have not one but 3. I guess you call them mini strokes, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And anyway, did surgery where they went in there and they cleaned this one out and the other one, I guess, I don't know. And so he was in the hospital intensive care for a while. He's home now, but he's not allowed to do things like he can't bend over. He's not allowed to pick anything. You got to know Ron. Ron is an active guy. He's always out running around doing something.
Yeah, he's always doing something.
Always. And so now he's got to sit in his chair, watch TV. He's not allowed to pick anything up. I think he even told me he's not even allowed to push the vacuum sweeper around on the carpet. He's not allowed to do it because they don't want to take any chances of this leaking.
Yeah.
You'll die. So I said, well, you do what you got to do to stay alive, Ron. Don't worry about it. So he is, but so I can't really ask him to go. See, when he was at the other park, he worked for the park. I could call Ron. I didn't really have to call the park. And he would get me set up at a nice site somewhere, and I didn't have to do anything.
And if a good one come open, then he'd call us, and we could,
Well, his wife done that. Yeah. She'd say, I moved you. I said, where am I at now? And she said, well, you're over here at such and such. And then she called again and said, I moved you again. After a while, I said, am I still in the park?
Yeah, that one year they moved us like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. And then finally we ended up getting the spot right next to them.
Yeah. It was really good. Tamajama says, hello, first time watching. My dream is to move to Florida. Well, come on down. Honey, there's, I don't know what's stopping you, but I said,
Florida, let anybody move here. Ask all the Mexicans and the Haitians and the Guatemalans and all them. They all come here.
Behave yourself. Ron Pass says, are the number of views recorded if I watch it on my TV on YouTube?
So what now?
Are the number of views recorded if he watches it on his TV?
Yeah, well, if you watch it in anything, it shows me that you viewed.
Yeah.
Don't tell me who you are. It just says how many people view.
Right.
And so
the only thing is you can't comment on your TV.
Well, some TVs you can. Mine you can't.
Oh, okay.
You have to know your TV. I can't tell you, but some you can, some you can't.
Okay. Well, Tamajama, where are you at?
What are you calling him?
Tamajama. That's what it says. Tamajama.
Kamajama. Ooh, I love that name. Kamajama.
I think it's a girl.
I don't care if it's a girl.
Yeah.
What's your pronoun? I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. Let's see.
Jerry, tell me, what does that mean? I watched a guy on YouTube a while ago. He gave his name. I never saw this guy before. I'm never going to watch him again because I think he's a little out there. He introduces himself. What is that? Whatever it is, I ain't eating it. And something about the cookie, it was hard. I ain't eating it. I just threw it away.
Gosh.
So anyway, he told me, he said his name, and then he says that my pronouns are, and he rattled off some stuff. I'm watching this going, what the hell does that mean? My pronouns are.
Tea Finder. I said, that's a new name too. Says, Happy New Year to you both. Well, Happy New Year to you, Tea Finder. We've got people from all over. I said, from all over the country. I did want to say thank you to Diane Hill. I think she's in New Mexico. And she's somebody that watches a lot. I don't think she comments anything.
Who?
If she does, Diane Hill. If she does, she uses a different name. But I got a very nice card and a gift card from her, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Yeah. And those of you who come here that don't comment, you just like to watch, listen to me. I don't mind that, but you got to comment once in a while. If people don't comment, this won't happen.
Yeah.
We're not going to get on here and just me and Sue for 2 hours and just talk.
You know, you would think that's what we do, but but we actually go by what you guys tell us.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at right here.
Yeah.
Here, comments, and we answer questions and we respond.
James Carl says Happy New Year.
I even respond to all the people that don't like me because I really don't care.
Yeah. Ron 5850 says, all nice sitting. No porch sitting today. Chilly out. And yes, it is. I don't know what it is right now, but it started out in the 40s and it's slowly going up. It's supposed to get in the 60s today, but I think it's going to be like the mid 60s.
Well, that won't be the 4 o'clock this afternoon.
2 or 3 is what they're saying to be the high. So
too cold for me. You get used to this hot weather down here. You get acclimated. And even though I make fun of people at 70 degrees wearing sweaters, I do understand it. I don't at 70. I'm not that bad. But when it gets in the 50s, I'm chilly.
Yeah. TR says, I'd love to come back to Florida and visit with y'all again. Well, we'd love to have you.
Who is?
TR Maines. Oklahoma.
That's our Oklahoma people.
Yeah.
He's still working. He's a trucker. And I don't know what she is. Did she say? We met him up here at Davis Prairie.
Oh, I know who they are. I just don't remember.
School teacher? I'm thinking school teacher. I don't know why I'm thinking that.
A school teacher or she worked with the police department.
An atomic scientist. I don't
know. William says you guys should try some gator and dumplings.
We've had gator. I ain't had gator and dumplings, but I've had gator at, where did we take Mallory? Up at Lake Sumter. Is it gators?
Gators.
They had gator bites.
Yeah.
It's like chicken nuggets kind of like thing. Yeah. We've had gator.
And I love dumplings. I make noodles for him, but my mom always made dumplings. And dough balls is what we call them.
I don't care for dumplings. I never did.
Yeah.
It's like eating a mouthful of dough.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, and then the gator bites we had was pretty good. It surprised me. There wasn't a very strong taste at all. Like he says, tastes like chicken.
William says, have you ever seen a black snowman?
Yeah, we come from Indiana, and
that's not politically correct, William.
As I said, after you've been, after it's a good snow and you run up and down the roads a couple times, all the snowmen are black because it's throwing muck up on them from the road thawing out. But I know that's not what you meant. So just a reminder, when you move the table, the camera shakes. Your hands.
I'm not touching the table.
Well, it might be me. I don't know.
What do you want me to do? Buy a new table?
We may do that. I may move that one out here and get rid of this one. Sherry Barnes says, Happy New Year. Hello from Indiana. 30s, but finally sunny. Well, it's good to hear. They said they had I think they had a lot of rain this year. I don't think you've had a lot of snow yet, because I said the boy's in Fort Wayne, and he said it was snowing the other day. It was spitting snow the other day, but none of it was sticking, and I thought, good. But
Overjoyed, you're right. That's the name of it. I see it. Nick Johnson. That's the name of his YouTube channel. Actually, I think it's his name.
Oh, okay.
He travels around. Got some interesting stuff on there once in a while. He was talking about the largest, what did I tell you it was called? The government cleanup. What, hazardous, where they're forced to clean it up because of chemical waste.
Oh, yeah.
Largest nuclear cleanup, or whatever it's called. You would think it'd be like New Orleans, one of them coastal oil areas. It's not. It's in Montana, where they used to mine copper.
Yeah. Sherry Barnes, well, Happy New Year to you. And Sandy Shell says, only me, she can't hear. Well, hey, I think it's you, honey, because I don't think nobody else has mentioned it. So I think it must be on your end.
What's that?
She can't hear us.
Turn your TV up. Everybody else says they can hear us, so it's you. It's you.
Elizabeth Chamberlain says, Happy New Year to everyone. Mr. Marlin, we're in the Villages for January. Anyone know a place that has the first 2 weeks of February? They have a small dog. You know?
What now?
They're in the Villages for the month of January, but they're looking for a place for the first 2 weeks of January or February.
Go to the villagersHomesForRent.com and see if there's anything there. That's your best bet.
Yeah, and we did have one across the street for January.
They took the sign down.
Well, but I think it's rented for February.
But they took the sign down, like they don't want it anymore.
I don't think they took it down. It fell.
Oh.
But they haven't had anybody there. So let's see.
Well, they might rent it for 2 weeks in January, though, if he doesn't have anybody. I mean, he might. I don't know if he would or he won't.
They've already got it rented for February.
But she wants it for 2 weeks in January.
No, they're here for January. They want 2 weeks in February.
You're hitting the table. Oh. She's the one that's doing this, not me.
I can't yell to make my point. I'm always hitting the table. Sorry. Let's see. Where were we?
Who's from Belgium?
Marjan.
Marjan. I know I'm pronouncing this wrong. It's foreign people pronounce J's, H's, and S's differently.
Yeah.
It's probably.
And it might be Marion. I don't know. But that's the way it's spelled, is Marjan.
I'm going to say Marhan.
Well, like I said, they never corrected me. So, but
I get corrected all the time because when it comes to pronouncing names, as you guys have seen, you have not seen. The editing I do on the news, but these people getting pulled over from other countries, and I look at this and I cuss. Yes, I cuss at the camera going, you don't even want to know what I say about these names down here.
Yes. But some of them, it's just, that's the way it is. But Marjan, I'm so glad that you watch, and I would love to go to Belgium. I've got a cousin that lives in Germany, in Friedenberg. And he's always sending me pictures of where he's at, and it's just a beautiful area. But I would love to visit there.
Is your cousin there?
Yes, he lives there.
Well, I know that, but is he there? They travel too.
Oh no, he doesn't travel that much. And I said they take a vacation like twice a year. They've been to Florida.
I don't mind going to foreign countries when I got somebody that can chauffeur me around and show me things that as a tourist I would not even think about looking.
Well, him and his wife both retired from the military, but they live over there, and he's not come back. He doesn't have any family still over here, other than cousins.
I find it ironic how many people I know from the military, retired or otherwise, that after serving in the military chooses not to come back to the United States. And I always found that kind of interesting, as we're supposedly the greatest country in the world, and yet they defended this country, and then they chose not to come back to the United States and gave up their citizenship. I always find that kind of ironic.
It was for the love of a woman.
Well, Ron married Margaret, and Margaret's actually from England. I know that's not Germany or whatever. But I think if she decided she did not want to come to America, I think Ron would have been one of them. He'd have stayed over there because he got married to Margaret.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find that kind of ironic.
Yeah. TR says, I work in an elementary school. I'm a teacher's assistant, not a scientist.
Nobody on here knows. You could have told us you was an atomic scientist,
yes.
And your uncle used to work with Albert Einstein. Nobody would really know.
Yeah, the funniest thing I think that I've ever heard is Skip once, and I noticed my youngest son did the same thing when he was talking to people, and he said, "Let me tell you a story about when I was in the service." Well, neither one of them was in the service.
I used to tell my granddaughter stories before they went to bed, bedtime stories about my time in the military and things that I blew up and and stuff like that. And they found it fascinating. Now I say, hey, let me tell you a story about the time, and they'll look at me and go, Papa, don't even start. We know you, you know.
Oh, Joe Mann says looking for a competitive golf league near Hillsborough, Gilchrist. Any ideas?
What's that?
He's looking for a competitive golf league near Hillsborough and Gilchrist.
Competitive what?
Golf league.
Golf league?
Yes.
I don't know about golf leagues. We just have neighborhood guys that get together and play golf on a certain day every week, and they pick out a golf course. When I was running the Hillsborough men's golf outing, my thing was it started in October through May, because that's when, no, I'm sorry, it started in May through October, because that's the summer months when the snowbirds were gone. So it's basically for guys that were here full time. And we started out being nothing but executive golf courses. And the reason why I started that was, long story short, long story short, is because the new people moving here, I had the advantage of being here for a long time. I knew where all these executive courses were at, and I could kind of schedule a game here, there, up there, over there, and then they would follow me and it was a way of showing these guys around how to get to these different areas of the villages to play golf. That was the theory. Well, after 2 or 3 years of that, then we kind of threw in a country club once in a while, and played there. Those you got to pay for, but we did that once in a while.
Yeah.
And it was just a bunch of guys got together. It was on Wednesday. Every Wednesday was Hillsborough men's golf outing. And toward the end, we had upwards of something like 65 guys playing.
And they still have the league going. But I don't even know who you get a hold of to get in contact with them.
I don't either. I don't golf anymore, so I don't know who's running it now. Before, everybody just sent me an email, and then I would just put them in. And we would team everybody up with foursomes.
Yeah.
And we had a good time. The problem with it was, when you got so many guys, we're all wanting to go to this executive course, and we have, say, I don't know, 20 or 15, say 15 foursomes, and we're trying to get 15 tee times, one right after the other, straight down the line this way. And then I found out, now I don't know about today, but then a guy at one of the golf courses, somebody I knew, gave me a phone number. He says, call this here, because if you got over so many people, you just tell them what golf course you want and what day, and they will line you up so that when it comes out on the computer where you can sign up for tee times, these slots are already full. And you don't get them because we've already got them, but we had to do that like a week ahead of time. And so when I done that, it made things a whole lot easier. Yeah. Then the problem came. After the game, we all would go out to a country club somewhere and have a beer and a burger, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was a problem of waitresses, servers, because with you guys, we don't know how many guys are going to show up. And at one point, there could be 60 guys show up, or half those guys may have to go do other stuff after the game, and so only 20 guys show up. So the country clubs didn't know, should we have 4 waitresses or servers ready, or 2? You had the same problem with the women's lunch thing.
Lunch, yeah.
So that gets into a little bit of a hassle. So we had 2 servers that we personally knew that worked over here at Evans Prairie, and I got their phone numbers. The heck with the management. They don't know nothing. I'm telling you, the people that work there is the ones that really know. And so we would just call them up and say, hey, there's going to be approximately 20 of us, and we're all going to, because you leave 4 times, as you end the golf game, the first foursome leaves and heads in. Then the second foursome leaves. So you're leaving this way. And then we told them what time we were going to start to leave, and then they would call me back and say, okay, you're going to be set up at a table over here in this corner, blah, 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 for whatever. We would show up, and these girls would be there. I don't know if this was their normal time to be there or if they're working over. I don't know, but all I know is these girls took care of us every week. So I got to the point after a golf game, no matter where we played, we're going to Evans Prairie, and that's where we're having our burger and a beer. And they took really good care of us. But we took care of them, too. I'm sure the tips were...
I was going to say, they know how to take care of them old guys. Joe, sorry, we don't know of a league. Like I said, he's kind of been out of the golf for a few years. But yeah, just not the person to ask for that. If I find out, I'll let you know. Kathy B says, have you tried any new restaurants lately?
Matter of fact, we did, didn't we?
I don't know.
I went to Culver's the other day. That's the first time I've been to that Culver's.
Yeah.
Call that a restaurant. What did I get at Culver's? I don't even remember.
A chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I got a chicken sandwich.
I tried the new Kumo over at Lake Deaton Plaza, which is I don't know if it's Japanese, Chinese, fusion, something, but they have sushi, but they have some really good fish dishes, and I love shrimp and scallops, and they have a really, really good shrimp and scallops. It's not. It looks on the inside like what you consider a fast food joint, but it's not really. I mean, they've got quite the menu. I really was surprised, and every bit of it was good, and they were eating there. That's a cue right there. If the people that's working there is eating there, then I feel safe eating the food. But yeah, it was really, really good. But I think that's the last new one I've tried.
Tammy Jam, her name is Tammy.
Okay, makes sense.
I like Tammy Jamma. I do. I just think that's a cool name. I can't pronounce the last name, but Tammy Jam is cool.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Hey, Janice. And Marjan, don't go away. And I said, we get carried away sometimes, but yeah, don't go away.
What goes away?
I know, Marjan from Belgium. I just told him not to go away.
Oh.
And Ronnie Delaplane says, Happy New Year to you.
Kathy B in the 603.
Yeah. And Overjoy says, check out this video on Hidalgo, Texas, the poorest place in the U.S. I Zillowed some of the homes, super nice, newer homes for $130,000. Go figure. Yeah.
I got an email from somebody last night. It might have been Linda. She'd been gone for so long, I sent her an email back saying, who is this? But apparently, somebody from California she knows, another Californian, bought a house in...
Yeah, they just got one in Dabney.
Dabney, yeah.
Yeah, the new area, that's what they're selling right now, is the area in Dabney. And I've not been down there.
I haven't either.
I did get to go to the Middleton High School and the Tracy Center down there. It's kind of like the Sharon Center up in Spanish Springs. But the Tracy Center, I went down for the high school concert. But everything down there, and like the athletic field, oh, I'm telling you, most colleges don't have an athletic field like that. But the Tracy is a performing arts center down there, and we went for a concert of the high school kids, and really, really, really nice.
Elizabeth Chambers, she says, my pronouns are she and it.
Oh, look there. Ronnie Delaplane, 1999. Thank you, Ronnie.
Or we get a super chat?
Yes, yes.
Thanks, Ronnie. I haven't even got down that far yet, but I appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, and Elaine's telling her if she can't hear, try closing YouTube and open again. Says hers does it once in a while. Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah, everybody's has a glitch. I get glitches. Go watch any one of my W&L shows, the first 5 minutes of the show. Anybody out here that watches that will tell you. First 5 minutes of my W&Ls are a catastrophe. Yeah. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them.
Well, a lot of times these, the Wednesday Porch Settin that way. They say we don't get things lined up right all the time. So I said we're not technical geniuses. Nah. That's for sure.
Yeah, this is not the best way to do this.
Yeah.
I've got enough equipment in there that I could really make this a production thing, but this is the easiest way.
Yeah.
So this is what I do.
Debbie Robertson says, Happy New Year. Thanks for entertaining me when I work from home.
Sherry Barnes.
Glad you got some entertainment there.
Stebbin. Hello from the village of Linden. Hey, Sherry. I haven't been to Linden, have I?
You've been to Linden.
Have I been to Linden?
Yes, you have.
You're touching the table.
Oh.
It ain't me. See, you guys point your finger at me.
Okay.
Have I been to Linden? Do we know somebody from Linden?
I think we went down there and did it.
I've done some home tours, walkthroughs, what do you call them. And I've been to several of them down there, but I just don't remember.
Yeah.
That big Bridgeport. I like that big Bridgeport that was down there. Was that Linden?
Maybe, yeah.
That might have been.
Yeah.
That was a nice home.
Elizabeth Chainer says, my sister and I grew up saying, okay, Dad, now tell the truth, because he would always BS us so much. Yeah, that's kind of how he did. Let's see, he had the girls going all the time. Told him about
my life is so boring. You got to make stuff up.
told him about picking off iguanas off the
I told her.
trees
I told one of them one time that I was a sniper in a war, and I told her what a sniper was, leaving out the gory details. And she says, "How long was you in that tree?" I said, "Oh, sometimes I was up there for weeks. We weren't allowed to move because that way the enemy would see you. So you got to be real still." "How did you eat?" I said, "Well, sometimes a praying mantis would walk by, and you just have to kind of reach out and get a hold of it and just kind of eat it." Oh, yuck!
Yeah. Bill says, enjoyed the video Skip did about the building going on outside the villages. Will definitely impact the squares and restaurants.
That's only one part. We're going to probably end up with
that was one side.
That was just one little area
around us now.
That's just the area. If you know anything about the villages where the new Lowe's is on 466A, Trailwinds. Trailwinds is one of them areas that's across the street from the villages line. 466 on this side is villages. 466 over there is not. So it's not golf cart accessible or whatever. And we were just right there. That's it. All that building you see. 466A, yeah. So, but there's more coming up. I'm going to show you what the Pepper Tree Apartments that you hear about all the time, where they're at and what it looks like. What's the other one over there? The big one? Oaks. The Oxford Oaks apartments over there. This is all in that same area. And then, of course, you get over here by Racetrack Road, Raceway Road, Racetrack Road, whatever it's called. There's all kinds of building going on over there. There's a lot.
You know, my thought was, why did it take so long? Because, I mean, they had this empty space. I'm just surprised that it took this long to do that.
They haven't even started.
It will make a difference.
I don't think they've even started building over here at Oxford Oaks. There's an area behind Lowe's, a big field. You'll see it if you go by there. And that's already been approved by the same developer that developed Lowe's and all that area there. That's going to be a family homes back there. And years ago, people on the villages is on the back side of that field. There's a fence there. And they're complaining about now that their view out of Lanai, which used to be this field, is going to be ruined. Yeah. And so I started telling people, say, hey, look, when you buy a house with a view, you better really do your due diligence, check it out, because there's no guarantee from anywhere in the villages that view will always be there. If you got a lake view or a pond view, enjoy it while you got it, because a sinkhole will make that thing go away tomorrow, and there's no guarantee that says they got to put that water back in there. Now, that may sound awful, but it's a fact.
Yeah. Sherry wants to know if you ate all your grippos yet.
I munch on them. I don't eat them a lot because they're spicy, but I do munch on them. I get, a handful here and there. I don't know how many's left.
I hadn't looked.
But yeah, I do eat them.
Oh, Jim Smith says Skip and Sue are nice people. Well, thank you.
Well, we got you fooled.
No, we're nice people. T-Finder says you can have dual.
Gator is too chewy and stringy. Well, overjoyed, you must be getting them somewhere in a bad area then, because a couple of times I've had gator is like gator bites. Now, I don't have no other way, just gator bites. And they're like chicken nuggets. They taste like chicken. Yeah. And they weren't stringy at all.
Kathy B in the 603 said she found that video interesting too. Well, it's not done. He's got another part, unless you put that on the member page. But there's another part to it, because we go all the way down to the tiny homes. The tiny home area that they built all these tiny homes. It's not village homes, but they're the small, and they got a whole village of tiny homes. And we actually couldn't go in because it is gated.
It's gated.
Yeah, but it's kind of interesting to see, how they're just smaller homes. But it's kind of interesting to see how they keep them up and everything. They weren't really cheap. I was so surprised when I seen the price on them.
I don't know that. Somebody told us what the prices was over there. I don't personally know this at all.
Well, they have a big ad in the paper all the time. But
she said that they were about $220 to $250. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Make the phone call. I give you phone numbers on one of these videos that shows them tiny homes, and just call, because I can't tell you any of that. I don't sell homes. Let me say it again. I don't sell homes.
Oh, Grace Sunshine says, glad to catch Porch Settin live. My employer accidentally deleted my user ID from computer.
What?
So a day off while access is restored. My first thought was, oh goody, they retired me a year early. Oh my goodness.
Ron says he likes to go have an area to go where he could access people's emails so he can communicate with them. I don't know where you would do that, Ron. I really don't. I understand what you're saying. That way he can talk to other people about the villages and get their perspective about things. I don't know, Ron. I mean, I got a lot of people's emails on Patreon. I don't know, as a member of Patreon, does Patreon give you access to that? Because I think you are a Patreon member, aren't you? I think. I don't know. Maybe you are, maybe you're not.
Yeah.
But Patreon members have all these emails. So if you're a Patreon member, I'll tell you what I can do for you. Text me or send me an email through Patreon. Don't send it to me on my email. Send it through Patreon, because it'll have the Patreon signal. And that way I know this is coming from a Patreon member. That you'd be interested in talking to these people. And what I will do is I'll go into Patreon and I'll start a web page for just Patreon people, that anybody that would like to converse with some other Patreon members about here or whatever, they could freely put their email on that, giving you access to that. So do that for me and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Gussie Bush, no, this is just iced tea. But I'll tell you what, I had some coffee the other morning and I'd had a pretty crummy day. And so Jerry Bell brought me a nice bottle of Woodford Reserve.
So he's the one.
And I put it in my coffee because I really needed it that day. Thank you, Jerry.
Oh, you're leaving yourself wide open for comments. I can hear it now. She don't read these comments like I do. I hear now. Oh, so if you depend on alcohol to feel better, maybe you have a problem. I can hear it now.
No, it was just one of those days when I thought, why not? So, Bill says the retirement community that has transformed into a retirement city and continues to grow year after year definitely could be a turnoff for people who don't like crowds and hustle and bustle. Yeah, but somebody made a comment on one of the videos about that, and they said because they thought the village was getting too large, they were going to check out Spruce Creek and the other one, which they're right next door.
They're right next door, yeah.
I mean, the housing itself is smaller, but I mean, as far as the traffic and all the access people, you're going to get the same thing.
Yeah.
You just won't be in the villages.
Yeah, that's a problem. I think people misinterpret sometimes on my videos what I'm trying to show you. Is I'm not pointing fingers at the villages and saying we got a problem here. I've never said that. I've always said we like it here. There's more here for me to see and do than anywhere I've ever been. Yes, you got to pay the fees. That could be an issue for some people, and it may be an issue for us sometime, but right now we're okay. So I've never said this is a bad place to go. But what I'm telling you is it's the traffic flow, and everybody keeps going, well, the developer should do this, the developer should do that. I'm actually kind of sticking up for him a little bit. Developer's not the problem here. Wildwood Commission, that's who the big problem is, and I don't really blame them because their job is to see that the town economically grows, and that's what they're doing. But when they do that, the problem is everything around us, because we have free entertainment on the squares, and that's a big deal here. So everybody's around the squares, and salespeople has been caught here selling homes just outside the villages, and they use the advertising of our squares to sell them homes. And that's the traffic problem. Everything built here was kind of built for our resident area. Like it started out like this, now it's like this. So everything's built around us. It's this outer edge right here that traffic comes in to the restaurants, the stores, the squares, all this and that. Yeah. Now, is that a bad thing? No, it's not. The businesses are making money, which means they can hire people and all this and that. But what we're turning this into, in my perspective of looking, we're not much of a retirement community anymore, as more as kind of like an age-restricted city. Mm-hmm. And I've had that question before when I said, how do you age restrict a city? And these are my points. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And Jones says, Skip, what is your thoughts on termite insurance protection?
Insurance?
Mm-hmm. The termites.
Can you buy insurance for termites?
Well, evidently.
Or is he just talking about hiring a company to come in and spray your home every so often? And
But I think that's where your insurance comes in. Yeah.
okay, here's my idea about this. We don't have it. I never did. If I go to Lowe's, I pick up this bottle of crap that you mix with water, put in your sprayer. You walk around the house about once a year, and you spray it around the edge of your house. Also, 90% of the homes here are stucco. I'm not sure what the termites are going to eat there because it's stucco. And as long as you're doing maintenance around your house where you don't see them little tunnels going up your house and all that, and you keep your garden hose, and we have our house washed twice a year. And I've been here 10 years. And also, any home, even a stick-built home like mine, when they build the home, it isn't just normal 2x4s they use here. The 2x4, if you see them laid out, half of the 2x4 will be a color. It'll look like blue or a green. Then the rest of the 2x4 will look like treated lumber. I asked him, a contractor once, I said, what is this blue down here? I'm just curious. He said, all the lumber that goes in these homes, the first 4 feet, I don't know why it's 4 feet, but the first 4 feet has been treated for insects. So that lumber will never be invaded by insects. Now that comes straight from the contractor. So I've never had mine done. We've never had a problem. I've never seen any termites. I've talked to a lot of people here. Nobody that I've ever talked to knows anybody that's ever had termite problem here in the villages, ever.
Yeah, but what it comes down to, Joan, is whatever helps you sleep at night.
Yeah, because it ain't that expensive to have your house treated to sign a contract. It's like, I don't know, $500 or $600 a year. I'm guessing at that. But listen, if getting that done makes you feel good at night, you don't have to worry about things, then just do it because your health is worth more than that. Now, me personally, I don't worry about it, and I've never had a problem. Now, I got a neighbor back here. Here's his philosophy. He's got neighbors all around him, and every one of them got that termite when we first moved in. Every one of them got that termite thing done, got their houses sprayed and everything. He said, I'm not going to get it done. He said, because I figure all my neighbors have got it done. The termites can't get to me. So he never had it done.
Overjoyed just got a notification about porch sitting.
Just got a notification?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just don't know. I wish it was better.
Marjan says, hey, have you guys ever been to Five Guys in the Villages? Five Guys is in Europe, too.
Yeah, I went there once years ago. I didn't like it. That's just me.
Now our kids love it. I mean, they really love it. But to me, it was just too greasy. And I said that was kind of one of their pickup things when they first started their advertisements. They showed the paper bag with the greasy fries in it, but not my thing. But the thing that got me was, I don't eat red meat, and I said I thought I was getting a veggie burger because they actually had it on the menu. What it was they actually grilled chopped up vegetables and put it on a bun.
It was disgusting.
Oh, well, if you could have ate it, it would have been fine, but stuff just kept falling out of it. There was no way to eat it. So, yeah, it's not been my favorite, and they're all different, so different ones may be different, but their concept is a great idea, just burgers and fries. But like I said, I just never was keen on it. He wasn't either.
Well, their French fries, they don't peel potatoes. That's just a pet peeve of mine. I don't like French fries if you don't peel a potato. To me, that's just laziness. They're just too damn lazy to peel a potato. Yeah. I don't want to hear about the minerals in the skin. You don't know that. Somebody told you that, and you're just repeating it. Yeah. Oh, here's what's her name in Oklahoma?
Jermaine's.
Jimmy, let me see here. Yeah, Jimmy Cunningham. Happy New Year's from Okies living in Hammock at Benny.
Oh, cool.
So there's some more Okies down here.
Yeah, well, T.R. Maines, they're also from Oklahoma, Jimmy, and I said I think they would really like to live down here. They were down here for a while, and she said she'd like to come back. So I think maybe that's in the cards for them eventually.
The age that they are, I think, and I'm just guessing, was probably about the age that me and Sue decided we're gonna move down here. We never said we was going to be here till the day we died, but we knew eventually we were going to be here. At that time, I wanted to be a snowbird. I've said that before. I got a feeling the Okies that we met that came down here, they're going to end up being here, whether it be full-time or part-time. They're going to end up being here sooner or later.
Yeah, and there's something about this place. Really, when people come down here, they're just And they, they make the lifestyle visit because they want to look around and kind of see what's going on. But once they get here, it's kind of one of those, whoa, this is not what we expected. And I said, they got the checkbook out because they want to make sure they get here. In which I don't think you have to worry about that. The way they're building, there'll still be something here. But yeah, it's totally unique.
Unique. That's how you kill rabbits.
T-Finders is watching from Lake Tahoe area in the valley on the east side of
I love that
Sierra
area.
Mountains.
It's a great area.
You get to look at the snow on the mountains, but don't have to shovel it. That's a good thing. Yeah. Tricia Ness says her sister just bought a home in Lake Denham. Yeah, that's one of the newer areas, and they're selling like crazy. And I've noticed some bargains down there in the Lake Denham and Dabney and those areas, the new areas down there. I've noticed really some really good prices down there, which they usually do that with the brand new homes to get them to sell. And but for a long time they wasn't. And I said that this is what you got, but they are doing some cutting right now, and I think it's because the market has slowed down a little bit. That's just not here. I mean, just the market in general, and
well, they say that
interest rates are going down.
Yeah, that's what they said. The market slowed down, not really because of income levels. I don't think it was because of interest rates. People just backed off.
Right. And they were having trouble selling their house to somebody. If they wanted to come down here, they had to
That's
sell
weird
their house.
that the people would say that, because here, even when interest rates was, 6%, whatever it is, they were selling $1 million homes overnight.
Yeah.
So it's just weird.
Tara Mays wants to know, what do you think the village will look like 10 years from now? Do you
A city.
You'll still want to live there then?
I'm waiting for eventually. If you ever notice around the villages, you don't see any high rises anywhere, not inside the villages. And I'm waiting for that first one, like the town center. I don't know where that would be. They're not even done building. At one time, Lake Sumter was the town center. Now it looks like Brownwood's the town center, and eventually it may even go down where Finney's the town center.
Southern Oaks, that the new area. And like I said, they are advertising to build around the Eastport area now, which that's the first couple of advertisements I've seen that they're saying build your new home in the Eastport area. And that's something different than what they used to do. And they didn't tell you where the building was going to be around the town center. You kind of had to figure that out. But now they tell you, it's going to be in the Eastport area.
Well, I was going to say I was waiting to see that first permission for a high-rise building somewhere, office building or whatever. I don't know. We got buildings 2 and 3 stories tall, like down Brownwood, or where corporate. But I'm talking about a high-rise building, like a big apartment building, not like what we got. But saying that got me thinking. Wildwood did officially approve. Actually, I think the first high-rise building in Sumter County, the big parking garage that they're starting to build. It's going to be like 5 or 6 stories tall.
Yeah.
And why they're building that, I don't know. But I saw on the news that they're going to start groundbreaking here really soon on that.
Yeah, that's the first thing in their new agenda is to get that.
Somebody else sent an email saying that they're going to have to hire more police and build a bigger police station. Well, they're not keeping up because we already have a new police station
in
Wildwood.
They have a new police station.
Yeah. Now, did a new jail go along with that? I don't know. I think it should.
Yeah, I think jail. It is all one place. Because it's a big building. So
they're just arresting too many people down here 4, 5, and 6 times for the same thing, and they just keep releasing them. Mm-hmm. Now, take the money out of this. I mean, say, well, they do it for money. I don't know that. You don't know that either. But after a while, shouldn't they just go to jail?
Well,
I mean, really. I mean, have to say, look, we gave you 6 opportunities here on a DUI. Here you are on your 7th DUI, and every time you get arrested, it goes to another level. It's a felony 1. I don't know how it goes, but it goes up to another level.
After so many times, and you're out.
Huh?
What happened to 3 strikes and you're out?
That was Indiana. That's not Florida. Indiana had that 3 strikes you're out thing, and that's not a nationwide thing. That was a Indiana thing, and that was during Governor, the skinny guy. I kind of liked him.
Yeah. That
lowered our taxes too.
So he went to Purdue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever his name was.
Yeah.
He's the one who started that 3 strikes you're out because he got tired of it too in Indianapolis. People getting arrested for the same things over and over. And I think the Indianapolis Police Department, he used to have meetings with them. He actually took it upon himself to talk to them to find out what's the problem on the streets.
Our man,
I don't think they do that here. There's somebody that sits in a closet. He's got all these numbers where the cops fill out this paperwork about this and that, and then somebody takes all that and puts it in the computer. So his kid sits in the closet and he's looking on the computer. Oh, we had so many of these and so many of them. So well, we compare that to the county. Oh, we're really below the county average compared to the state. Oh, we're really below the state average compared to the nation. We're looking really good. I get so tired of that.
Overjoy says urban sprawl, same problem down here. One of the reasons I was looking to move north, they can't widen the roads. Crazy during rush hour. Well, they are keeping up with the roads around here. That's one thing. But it's just constant construction.
Constant.
As I said, that 441 has been under construction for, 4 years now? And they're still not. I think they're not going to, supposed to be done until the end of this year.
I go back to when we first reported that on the news, and they said the county assured us that this will be done within the next 12 months. I just laughed. We've seen too much of this.
Happy New Year, Renee. Cindy said, did I read correctly that Margarita's bar was closed down and lease not renewed? Yes. Like I said, there was a sign on the window one day. The workers didn't even know.
No.
There was a message on the window, and that was it.
Something happened there, and nobody really knows. I don't know if it was an argument with the developer's company. I don't know if the owner just decided, I've had enough of this.
Yeah, and they did have a lot of trouble there.
Because people came to work. Like she said, they came to work, and there was a note on the door saying, we are closed.
Yeah. Yeah, Overjoy said they've been knocking down shopping centers to build 6-story apartment complexes. 3 major highways and nowhere to widen the roads anymore. Yeah, they keep building. There's no place to put the roads. But like I said, they are keeping up with it here. They're very good about the roads around here. It's just constant construction, which is a pain. But they're doing the right thing by keeping them going. But
well, Tea Fighter says you get dual citizenship, you don't have to give up your citizenship. That's true and not true. You can keep your dual citizenship in a lot of countries. I understand that. But there's a reason why a lot of them give it up. It's for medical reasons. Because like in England, your brother's daughter gave it up because they have like socialized medicine there. Mm-hmm. And if you have dual citizenship, you can't apply for it.
Yeah.
So she had to give up citizenship here to get the socialized medicine there.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing. I'm just telling you what I know. And that's why they give it up. Now, Canada, I think we can have dual citizenship there, right? In Canada. There's some countries we can and some we can't. I personally would like to have dual citizenship with Russia.
Why?
Just to irritate some of these people out here.
Elizabeth Chamberlain said you showed the tiny homes. I did not see that, evidently.
It might be on Patreon. It ain't been on YouTube yet.
Okay.
You got to understand, Patreon videos and YouTube videos, just like YouTube member videos, can be totally different if you watch both. Sometimes on Patreon, I'll give you an example real quick. On the news, whenever during the Christmas, they were talking about some of the plays and the bands and the music that they did at Savannah Center. On Patreon, you guys actually heard and saw that music. YouTube, they did not, because YouTube would demonetize me because of that music. Patreon does not. So I can play all of that for them people so they can actually see what the shows look like.
Yeah. Bill says, is this real or AI?
Well,
goes the cranes.
Must have been flying over.
Yeah.
The AI thing was an experiment. I use Patreon and YouTube members. YouTube hasn't seen any of that. And I use them as, I think they misunderstood what I was trying to do there. So anyway, I tried to explain it, and then I got some comments about the explanation. I must not be very good at explaining things. That's all I got to say. So I just don't even respond to it now. But I use them as my test kitchen. If I got something I'm thinking about doing, sometimes I'll put it on Patreon or YouTube members, and I don't say anything to see what the response is going to be. If I get 0 comments, then I feel like, ooh, that wasn't good. If I get a lot of comments saying, oh, this sucks, and on that, yeah, I did, that's what I got. I got like 100%, this sucks.
Okay.
But let me just say, let me throw this out there. It may suck for a video for like YouTube, but then you got these shorts. And I have a TikTok channel, and I also have an Instagram channel. So I made 1-minute shorts using AI, just like what you guys saw. Different subject, but same way. I'm not in it. My face ain't in it. My voice ain't in it. I've taken my personality out of that video and I put them on TikTok. TikTok, I only have like 370 or something followers. And I've already got over 700 views. And that's what I'm looking at is the views. Because more views means I could probably pick up more followers. And I use TikTok as a way of pointing people to my YouTube channel. And so that's what I look at. So the AI that don't work for a video for YouTube, because you guys already told me it sucked, it looks like it's going to work out as far as shorts go for TikTok and Instagram. And so that's probably what I'm going to continue doing.
Tricia Ness says, Sue, those tiny homes look nice. I think they have a website, but I can't remember the name. The name is Simple Life. That's the name of the area there. And should be pretty easy. Like I said, they've had ads in the paper a lot, so it should be pretty easy to look it up. But yeah, they look like really nice homes. It's just, you got to be used to a closed space.
I think that'd be perfect for a snowbird.
Yeah. And a lot of times for single people.
Well, we saw that first one that had a Class B motorhome parked under the awning, which they don't allow that here. You cannot park, if it's got an RV license plate, you cannot park it in your driveway for more than 72 hours.
Yeah.
And they had them parked over there, which makes me wonder, maybe I should sell this, buy one of them, and then go up north around Fort Wayne and buy me another home up there.
Yeah. But, yeah, we're not going to do that.
I might, because I got a boy up there that can make sure my water pipes don't freeze.
Right. Williams, is it true that older homes have basements? No, honey.
No.
In Florida, you don't have a basement. I love my basements. Yeah, I really do. Especially out at the farm, we had a basement, and I took over the whole basement. That's where my painting was, and all my craft stuff. They were all.
We had a great laundry room down there.
Yeah, great laundry room.
Big laundry room.
Yeah, but like I said, I had plenty of space for all my crap, as he calls it, and like I said, I wished I had that here, but no, I don't want a basement.
I guess I'm way behind. I'm just now getting to where Gussie says, is that bourbon in your glass?
Oh. Yeah, you're way behind.
Well, if that was bourbon as much as in there, she'd probably be 2 shits under the wind right now.
Yeah, no, it's just iced tea today. Like I said, I have sampled some of that good stuff. Like I don't drink a whole lot because I'm usually I'm driving a lot and I don't believe in that. And so I don't drink a whole lot. But when I sit down at night and if I actually find something decent on TV to watch, which that doesn't happen that often, then I may have a drink or two. But everybody knows I love bourbon. And I said I was trying to think of, I seen something about somebody putting bourbon in something the other day that was really, really odd, and I don't remember what it was. I think it was ice cream or milkshake or something like that. It was just something really odd.
We have alcohol ice cream, Majestics.
Well, yeah. And then I got to thinking about that. Well, maybe it'd be good,
Yeah, we have he opened it up years ago. I think he's actually a villager, and it's just outside the villages. You can't get there by golf cart. And it's called Majestics Ice Cream, I think. Mm-hmm. And it's ice cream made with alcohol.
Yeah, not everything, because they have regular ice cream too.
Well, I've had all kinds of ice cream there. Yeah. I can't even taste it.
Well, and it's new people that owns it now. There's villagers that owns it now. Oh. The original guy isn't there anymore.
Oh.
And Jerry Bell says, great idea, Skip, have a chat area in Patreon. Yeah.
If I ever figure out how to go live on Patreon, I intend to do it every week. Always go live on Patreon, just like this, every week, certain time, every day. I can't figure it out. I thought I figured it out once, but apparently not. They say it's easy.
Yeah.
I just can't figure it out.
And T-Fire says the reason they allow outsiders to use the squares is because the businesses couldn't survive without outside money.
That's not true.
Well, I think to a point, they love having all
Listen, when Spanish Springs was by itself, and there was nobody here but Spanish Springs, and the population was this big, those businesses were there, and they were there forever until they started getting bigger, and then the businesses started to move, and now they're even bigger, and now they're moving. And when people say you have to have the outside for the businesses to survive, maybe now, but at the time, like I was saying, when the business was this, they had the businesses set up to supply the residents, not the outside world. I'm not pointing fingers at the outside world, so don't misinterpret what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you got 50,000 people living here, you only need so many restaurants. You only need so many movie houses. You only need so many of anything.
Right.
And now that the building's going around the outer edges of the villages, it's just getting to be. I think it's getting to be a logistics nightmare,
Yeah.
especially at certain times. 301, there was never a stoplight on 301.
Yeah.
And now there's stoplights up and down 301.
And nice at certain times of day, it's end-to-end cars. And that was kind of a country road back.
It was just a country road.
Same way with Raceway Road. Going to the north end. Like I said, it's just end-to-end cars now. J.C. Comer said, "Did your day change after the Woodford Reserve? If not, you got cheated. I like Maker's Mark with my coffee." Well, the Maker's Mark's good. The Woodford Reserve is really good. But I've drank the cheap stuff. It's because I don't drink that much, so it's not a big deal to me. But like I said, there's some of it. The cheaper stuff has a greasy taste. That's the only way I know how to explain it. It just has a greasy taste to it. Like Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels, I think.
That was my dad's Jack Daniels.
Yeah, but
I don't. I use whatever Phil B brought us. What is that? It's actually made for coffee.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, I'm hooked on it. I used to have
coffee creamer, but it's got the booze in it.
And what was that I used before?
Used Bailey's before.
Bailey's, and they quit making it.
Yeah. Well, they still make Bailey's, but the Bailey's creamer with the alcohol in it, they don't make anymore.
No, Bailey's I had no alcohol in it. The Bailey's creamer with alcohol, I think I still make. I had to not. Did I? No. I don't know what I had. It was Bailey's.
No, they still make the regular coffee creamer.
Because I even called the factory saying I can't find it anywhere. Can I order a case from you? And he said we don't make it anymore. So that ended that. So Phil B brought us over a bottle of this stuff, whatever it was. I can't remember the name of it.
Buffalo Ridge. Something.
Huh? Buffalo Ranch.
Buffalo Ridge or Buffalo Trace or something like that.
What's the name of the stuff on the bottle?
No.
Buffalo Ranch.
I didn't say Buffalo Ranch.
Anyway,
heard Buffalo Ranch.
It's pretty good, but it don't take very much. I mean, I take the cap actually and measure it. I get like half a cap and dump it in there. Yeah. It's just enough to flavor it, and I like it.
Oh, Jerry's making fun of you. Washed.
They're making fun of the way I talk. Matter of fact, let me go get it. I'm going to make another cup of coffee anyway, and I'll show it to you.
Yeah. And over Joyce says they're selling newer village homes with termite protection surrounding the home, but it's a subscription service after the first year. Yeah, that's the way ours was here. We had it for the first year, and then you had to, if you wanted it, then you had to go with them. But we never did. And it's never been a big deal because Skip used to do all that stuff. We didn't have anybody killing bugs around here. He always took his sprayer, went around the house and got rid of the bugs, that kind of thing. Same way with the termites. So the older you get, it may become an issue. But yeah, we've never had a problem with it. William says, have you ever been to the Sausage Castle? I don't think so. Don't think I've ever heard of it. J-Biz says, love Five Guys. The peel on fries is great. In a plain cheeseburger, the best. Everybody's got their own thing. Skippy he never liked the unpeeled fries. And I don't think it's a big deal, really. And I said, he thinks it's because they're too lazy to peel them. I think it's one of those things where you watch these people on TV and they have these gourmet meals that looks about this big. And then they're saying it's 5-star or what have you. To me, there's no food that tastes that good. But I think that's, somebody come up with that idea of not peeling potatoes and made it kind of like a delicacy that people would want. And it's okay. Like I said, I don't have a problem with it, but he never liked the idea of the potatoes with the peeling on them. And I've heard a lot of things about it being healthier and, all your good minerals is in the peeling, in which I said, that's good. I eat the baked potato. I eat the whole thing, the peelings and all. He does. So it's just a matter of taste, I think. Yeah, you guys getting a kick out of that. Worst and yeah. Like I said, we're from Indiana. We come from that part of Indiana where we have a little bit of Kentucky in us. So um, let's see. Hey, Rock. Haven't seen you for a while. Oh, there it is.
It's probably, is it backwards on, see that?
Bourbon cream.
Yeah, but it looks like it's showing backwards on my, maybe not. Hopefully it's not. Is it backwards on your telephone?
No.
Isn't that weird? It shows it
You
straight
can-
there, but it's backwards on there.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, well, I sure
But that's what it is. And what is it called? It's bourbon cream, but it's Buffalo Trace.
Oh, distillery. That's
Yeah.
a distillery.
Yeah.
We just want to know the name of it.
Yeah, bourbon cream.
Yeah.
But it's great in coffee. Yeah. And it's made specifically for that.
Yeah, it's made for coffee.
Yeah. But I still like to put my bourbon in it.
Probably alcohol in it. It's a liqueur, 15%. But like I say, I just measure. I'm talking like a cap. There's a little bit in a cap. That's all I put in it.
Yeah.
I suppose you could drink it straight. I wouldn't. Put it in ice cream.
And that's what, I was looking at that the other day and I thought, who would put that in their ice cream? Then I remembered about the ice cream place.
Yeah, the ice cream place does.
Yeah. Overjoy says most people see an overinflated housing market and are waiting for the price drop. Yeah, I think a lot of people are.
Hey, Jerry, they've been waiting for 3 years.
And then the prices are coming down, but more importantly, the interest rates are coming down. So like I said, the people up north that want to come down here, they got to sell their houses first. And people wasn't buying those houses. It wasn't that they weren't selling down here.
I think that's the problem, selling it up there.
Yeah, they couldn't sell their houses up north. But like I said, as the interest rates come down, then I think you'll see a lot more movement.
The problem that I see is beyond that. Interest rates come down. Price of homes, interest rates. And as the interest rates come down, the price of homes go up. I mean, that's just the way it works. It always has worked that way and it always will.
Yeah.
So how old are you? 80 years old, 75 years old, 70 years old? The average man dies at, say, 80.
77 and a half, I think.
Whatever. You're 70, you die at 80. That's 10 years. You've been waiting 3 years for prices to come down? Well, you just keep waiting. They'll bring you down here in a coffin.
Yeah, that's right. Because most people always say the same thing. They wish they'd come sooner.
Actually, I could have said that. With me, it was money. I mean, it was all about finances and insurance when I retired and stuff like that. But yeah, I wish I could have done what some of these people here have done. There's police officers here that got full benefits. I can't believe the money they're getting. $70,000 a year in retirement. They're not getting Social Security at that age, at 50, and they're not getting anything else. $70,000 in retirement at the age of 50. I'm sorry. That just don't even add up to me.
Yeah. John Keller says, hey, y'all. Deanna Hayward says, hello from Missouri. Several restaurants here have put signs on the doors and closed up without informing their employees. Yeah, it used to be.
That seems illegal to me.
Well, it used to be because they used to have to, because of unemployment laws, they used to have to tell them ahead of time.
Like 30 days ahead or something like that. And actually, if nothing else, that's total disrespect. That shows you that person that owns that company doesn't give a damn about his employees.
But
even at General Motors, where Dad worked, a big factory like that, they don't care about their employees. You're just a number, really. But if Dad was going to get laid off, he got notified 2 weeks ahead of time that you're going to be laid off.
William says, is it true that snowbird tastes like chicken?
So what now?
Is it true that snowbird tastes like chicken? William?
I don't know. I'll have to go to a restaurant and ask them if they serve snowbird.
Yeah, and John Keller says Simple Life says starting at $220. Yeah, that's the price.
Is that what it is? $220?
Yeah, that's the starting price.
And it goes up from there?
Yeah.
Me personally, after you see them, so if you're not a member, you haven't seen the video yet. It'll be, I don't know when I'll do it, but anyway, it's in there and it's ready to go. I just haven't posted on YouTube yet. You're going to have to look at them and decide yourself. Is this worth $220,000 to you and up, I guess? Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's up to you.
Somebody who just wants to be in the Florida weather, and they don't have a particular area that they want to be in for anything, then, yeah, that would be That would be great if you can afford that.
One
But
thing
if
I
you can
will,
afford that, you could afford to be here.
one thing I will say about the tiny homes, it's in a really, what I'll call a really good location as far as going shopping and restaurants and things. It's like across the road.
Yeah.
That's where Southern Trade Shopping Center is at. But they're over here and they're tucked back into like I'll call a big pasture field, and it's decorated, nice grass and all that.
Yeah.
They're going to build some more. I show that on the video. You can see that they intend to build a lot more there. So as far as shopping goes and the convenience of all that, it's in a pretty good place.
Yeah. And Jerry Bailey says basements have stairs. Yeah, that was the problem with the basement, but we had a, what do they call them, a dumbwaiter. We didn't have to worry about my laundry. I could always send it up or bring it down. So I didn't really have to carry stuff up and down the stairs all the time.
I used to go to the
And
edge.
I was younger too.
I used to go to the edge of the stairway and just throw it over. I did.
Yeah. Doing everything the easiest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told my granddaughter that when she told me, she said, how do you tell Papa what to wear? And I said, I don't tell Papa what to wear. And I said, let me show you how you do it. I said, you go to the closet, and what you want him to wear, you pull it out so it's sticking out from all the other stuff. He'll take the quickest and the easiest, and then that's what he'll wear.
That's what I do. I agree.
She said that you are so devious. And I said, well, it works.
I just grab the quickest and easiest thing in there. And usually with me, 90% of the time, in the summertime, it's almost 100% of the time, is I'll wear T-shirts around here.
Yeah.
Always a T-shirt. Slip it on, slip it off. No big deal. If we go out to eat dinner somewhere, as they call them, I'll probably wear a Hawaiian shirt. I've got probably 30 of them in there.
Yeah.
I only wear actually about 6. There's 6 of them I like. The other ones I don't.
Polos because of playing golf. No.
Yeah. By the way, if you play golf down here, I don't care if it's an executive course. Am I touching the table? I thought I seen it move.
Mm-hmm.
If you play executive course or championship is for a golfer. We already know that. But executives, people kind of they think they wear a T-shirt, play golf on executive. You can't. You have to have a collar on your shirt. Collar. Indiana word, collar. See, you wear a collar up here, or it's a collar blue. Collar.
You lost your mind.
Yeah. So anyway, you got to have a collar. And even if you go to the driving range, I guess there's been some argument about that. If you go over to Sarasota to the driving range where you hit the bucket of balls into the water, you got to have a collared shirt.
Yeah.
Collar. I don't. You got to have a collar shirt. If you don't, the guy in the back there that gives you you get a token to get a bucket of balls. You got to pay him. He gives you a token. He'll give you a used shirt that's a size 12, so anybody can wear it.
Yeah. Didn't you have that problem with Little John?
Yeah, he had to wear it. They gave him a shirt that hung down to his knees.
But he had a collar.
Yeah, so just go there with a collared shirt. That way, you'll feel comfortable.
Noah Schechtel says, hey, Skip and Sue, I'm glad to see you live today for the first time in a long time.
Hey!
I'm in Monarch Grove, and I hope the onslaught of apartments don't come down south here and causing more congestion. Well, hold on to your hat, kiddo. It's not going to do it right away because they're still building down in that area, but it'll get to you.
The Southern Oaks area, the village of Southern Oaks, I think that's what it's going to be called, right? Mm-hmm. Just that area alone got approved here about 2 weeks ago for 50,000 new homes. Yeah. Just that village.
But the apartment houses, that's what he means, and all along 301 and 44 is going to be,
6 new hotels and that kind of in that area already. And I just saw a thing today that they just approved something else. I think it was another hotel. It said on 301 south of 444, I think it said like 1/3 of a mile or something like that, which I'm looking at that going, well, that's pretty much down there by the interstate, where you get on the interstate.
Down by DeLuna.
Right there by DeLuna.
I think it's across the street. And wasn't there a motocross park across the street?
Yeah, but they stopped that. They said it made too much noise. And
well, I imagine they probably sold that.
They may have. I don't know. They may have. So, yeah, they're not done. They've got more stuff to approve that we haven't even heard of yet.
And I said, they haven't got to you yet, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not going to live forever. So, It may be after we're gone, but
Well, she's not figured on it. I kind of am.
well, I would like to. I keep saying I'm not going, but
Moses lived to be 500 years old before God told him to build a boat. Did you see that video? That just boggles my mind.
Noah.
First, Noah, whatever his name was. I said Moses, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
He was 5. This is what they had there. Now, don't ask me how they know this. I don't know how they know this. But part of the history there of Noah was that God told him to start building the boat on his 500th year of living. And I said, well, how long did it take for him to build this thing, him and his family or whoever? We don't know. Really, we don't. We just guess. And they said they experts has analyzed it, saying it took a maximum of 75 years to build this boat. So
He was already 500.
yeah, he's 500 years old, and they've got to build this huge boat. And now they got to cut the wood down. They've got to mill the wood. They got to do everything. They don't have nails at a hardware store to go buy them. You got to do all this stuff. And then he said he at the end of building this boat, when he was 575 years old, only then did God tell him what the boat was for.
Now that's a believer.
Yeah, so I'm going on my mind, because I'm not in that realm. I'm going, so you're telling me this guy built this boat for 75 years, all this hard labor and work to do this, and they never had to question, what am I doing?
I said, that's a believer. V, 1954 says, just come in from the cold in New York City. I'll watch the first hour later. Yeah, don't miss that first hour. We had some important stuff on there.
On what?
On the first hour.
Hour of what?
Of the show.
Oh, we never have nothing important. We follow you guys' lead. We've said it before, and this is a fact.
Yeah.
If you don't chat, we got no show.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. You guys ask questions. You tell us what's going on in your life. We make a comment about your life. You make a comment about our life. And, no hard feelings, and we just move on.
Yeah. Overjoy says Daytona Beach makes its annual revenue from Bike Week and Biketoberfest alone. Wonder if it's still true after 2020.
I don't know, but I can tell you we've been to Bike Week at Daytona, and that's a fallacy in that name. It's almost like Bike Month. It's a big
like
deal.
the races was in Indianapolis. It's the month of May.
Yeah, it's the month of May.
It's not just the Indianapolis 500. It's the month of May.
The race is one day, but it's the whole month of May. So that's when I took my vacations when I worked. I took the last week of May, sometimes 2 weeks, and I got out of town.
We come to the villages.
I did. I had a house down here, and I came down here.
Yeah. Oh,
and the funny thing about living up there around the races was that every year when it got to be within a couple of months of the Indianapolis 500-mile race or the month of May, you get these funny phone calls. I mean, phone calls, not emails, I don't even know if I had a computer back then. But anyway, you get these phone calls from some company that represented other companies in foreign countries, like Finland. I think it was one. I got a phone call from a guy from Sweden. They want to rent your house out for that week of the race, and it's for big money. And I actually thought about it once. Well, I'll take a vacation and go down to Florida, let them rent my house out, and I'll make this money.
When they had the, what is it, the race that they have over in Europe, and they had it once at the Indy track, and I can't remember, but that's when you got all those calls because there was a lot of foreign people coming over here at that time.
Yeah, the guy told me, I met a guy, I don't even know who the guy was. He told me, you don't want to do that. He said, I thought I did that. He said, destroyed my house. And these people live in a country somewhere. You ain't going to get your money. Yeah. So I said, I ain't doing that.
And I remember once when we went to Bike Week in Daytona, and we stayed in a hotel outside of town.
Guys below us got the hotel on fire.
Yeah, they caught their mattress on fire. They were drunk, But
I was in the balcony looking over, and so he said, what are you looking at? I said, I'm looking at these drunks down below us. She said, what are they doing? I said, he's got his bed mattress on fire.
Oh, yeah, Buffalo Trace Bourbon Cream, Jerry. Yeah, that's Phil bought us plenty. And I said, it's good stuff. It really is. It took the place of that Bailey's that we had.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, because it was hard to get something. And we used the Coffee Mate, the Italian sweet cream. We used that also, but it was really hard to get something that had a sweeter taste. And he's got a sweet tooth, and so it has to be really, really sweet. Some of the wine that he drinks, I can't handle. It's like pure sugar to me.
Looks like I'm using Terry's mug. I bought the handle for mine.
Yes, and we have handles for these. We just don't normally use them unless we're in the car.
They don't fit in the cup holder with the handle on it.
Yeah, and they don't fit in the cup holder with the handle on, but
In
they're
the golf cart we're talking about.
Tervis tumblers is what they're called.
Well, I don't know what you're called.
Yeah. And but yeah, we've got a couple of them. Then we've got the wine glasses the same way when the wine glasses is built into the cup. They're really nice.
Hey, we got a super chat.
Yeah.
Dina Hallworth, $1.99 super chat. Thanks, Dina. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's see.
Drink over ice. I drink beer, Jerry. I drink a man's drink. Beer.
And I just drink unsweet tea. Most times.
Most women will not drink beer. Did you ever notice that? Most women drink beer and they think it's disgusting.
Well, I know you tried to have me taste every beer on the market, I think.
Well, I've tried flavored beers like cherry beer, raspberry beer, orange beer. That's disgusting, but that's got to be made for women because I don't think men would drink it.
Well, I just never found any that I liked, really. No, I can drink other forms of alcohol, but just beer.
What's your pronoun?
Huh?
What's your pronoun?
I'm an it.
I'm a him. I remember the kids when they were little. Every time something happened, go ask your dad. I used to wonder, when did I become the bad guy here? Go ask your dad.
Yeah. Hey, Tammy. Yeah, the old manufactured homes in the villages are more than 220,000. Yeah, that still boggles my mind. When we come down here, I thought they were way overpriced, but you're buying a lifestyle. That's the one thing that you got to figure and figure in the ground. I mean, if you get rid of that manufactured home.
They got bigger lots up there too, much bigger.
Yeah, and if you get rid of the manufactured home, you've got a bigger lot to build on. Mm-hmm. And I said, that lot is worth part of the money.
And there's a lot of that going on up there. They donate the house to a church or whatever, and they pull them out, and then they get a contractor, get plans approved, and build a new house right up there. And that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. And I said, I had a thing about the manufactured homes myself because we were buying and selling houses years ago. We would buy one, fix it up, and sell it. And so, in my mind, buying a manufactured home, I don't care where it was at, there was a limit to where I would go. And they're way beyond that limit now. So, but I mean, it's not a bad idea, especially if you're going to be around another 10 years and you want to be here, if that's what you can afford, this is the place to be.
Yeah, don't fool around because when you're dead, who cares what it's worth? Seriously, who cares? Right. Your daughter, your kids, your grandkids are going to inherit the house anyway. Yeah. I assume. I shouldn't say that.
Just to be here, just to be here.
Yeah.
You buy what you can.
And if you can't buy here, because the prices here, I think, are a little higher than, say, other retirement communities, just look at the other retirement communities. That's some of the reason why we're showing these other home developments around us here, that even though I'm just showing how the traffic problem isn't the village's problem only, but also it shows you alternative housing areas in this area that you can buy in that I'm sure is much cheaper. Oh, yeah. But also I said, don't think you're moving into these areas thinking you're going to escape amenity fees and things, because you're not. They got their swimming pools, they got their stuff, and the residents there is going to have to pay for it.
Yeah. And TR said, do you guys know anyone who lived in the villages when you first moved there?
Skip and Sue.
Yeah, well, we didn't know them when we moved here, though. We met them.
We met them somewhere. I want to say at a square. We was at Lake Sumter Square. We just got to talking to them. You'll find that here a lot. People are easy to talk to. Yeah. And
the pools in the square, people talk back and forth. And like I said, we found another Skip and Sue, and they were from New Jersey.
Yeah, and from the shore. Right?
I don't remember that, but I know
New Jersey is either a mile marker or the shore. Yeah. So anyway, we talked about the square, and they were talking about they were just starting to move into their new house that they had built in Pennycamp, I think it was,
Buttonwood.
Buttonwood.
Mhm.
And they said, would you like to come over? I said, well, we're looking at, because I want to be a snowbird. I said, we're looking at getting a small villa of some kind, maybe it'll be a snowbird. I said, we don't know really what we want to do after that. She said, would you like to come over and see our house? Now, I don't even know these people. They've already invited me over to their house. I said, I really would kind of like to see it. So she told us to come over the next day, whatever time it was, and we'll have some lunch and you can look at the house. And we went over there, and that was probably the first people I think we met was them.
And then we did have a realtor down here because we kept coming back a lot.
Oh, Tim Andrews. Yeah, Tim Andrews was.
We rented quite a bit before we actually come down here, before we retired. And so we rented a lot. And so we got to know the golf cart guy. Back then, the golf cart guy was over on 441 in the old area. And we rented from him a lot. And I said, Tim Andrews was our real estate agent at that time. We knew him because we just kept coming back. And he would show us new areas and what have you. But yeah, as far as really knowing somebody here, we didn't. We just knew for years. Once we found this place, it was in our head. This is where we were coming. We looked at other retirement places when we were down here just
We looked at
take a break from the parks. We'd bring the girls down here, and you didn't want to go to the park every day. Just too exhausting. So, we'd go to the park one day, go to Disney one day, and then the next day we'd go look at retirement places. And I said,
I remember Jessie, my favorite granddaughter. She was probably 5. We took them all to Disney World when they were 5. And we were at some retirement place somewhere around the Orlando area, south of the Orlando area somewhere, whatever it's called. And I'm walking around and I had a VCR camera because I wanted to video all these different retirement places. And when we got home, we could look at them and decide which one we thought was better for us, price wise and whatever, and location. And you could hear Jesse in the background. I wasn't paying no attention because I'm looking and I'm talking on the video. And she'd look at me, said, man, Mom, I think there's something wrong with Papa. He's walking around talking to himself. She was so funny.
Yeah. Oh, Williams is back then. They had Art Depot. Back then they had Art Depot. When Noah was building the ark, they had Art Depot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know. My mind just works funny, I guess. I know everybody's got faith, everybody's got to believe, and that's what they say and all that. But my mind says, while you're doing this, surely you got questions in your mind. I mean, it's like, I've been building this thing for 50 years. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Oh, hey, Frank. He said, hello.
Hey, Frank. Is that Roy?
No, it says Frank Lowe.
Oh, I thought
He said, hello and thank you.
I thought it was my made-up Frank.
No, not that Frank. Bike Week and Bike.
Matter of fact, butting in here, because I know everybody hates that, but I got one of our followers bought a place up at what they call historical area. I guess they're modular homes, whatever you want to call them. And he gave me permission to come up there and video it. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to meet him like at the country club up there and have lunch and go over and do a video. He's here. He's like a snowbird. He's only here till I think April, Dave. Oh, yeah. And then he's going to go back. So I got to get this done. So I am going to do a video of one of those modular homes up there, inside and out, and maybe the area, so you kind of get a good idea of what they are.
And I love the area. I mean, I really did, because it's a little bit more compact. And over here, we're spread out a lot more. But over there, I could walk everywhere. I could walk to the pool, the library. I could even walk to the grocery store if I wanted to cross the bridge. But it's a lot more compact over there. And I just met some great people. And, Jose lives over there now, and he loves it over there. Him and Maria, they just love the area.
Well, Dave said I think I know where he's at. He said as you come in toward the country club, across the street from the country club, he said if you turn right on that road, he's only about 2 houses down. Oh, okay. So he can walk to the country club, which is a really good area to be in there.
And so I said that, it's a cute little area. The only thing you have to watch for is a lot of those people are elderly. And
I'm not sure about that anymore.
Well, that's what I mean. They're turning over a lot. And
'Cause
So, if you're interested in people your own age.
Dave's not that elderly.
No.
I don't know how old Dave is. I'm going to say 50-ish or so. I'm just going by the way he looks. He looks younger.
It looks
A lot of
younger.
people here do. They look younger. It's like Judy P. You wouldn't guess how old she was by looking at her face. She ain't got a wrinkle in her face.
Yeah.
And when she told me how old she was, and I'm not going to say, but when she told me how old she was, I was like, she's lying. She's not that old.
No, she's not lying. I said some people just good genes, That's what it is.
Levi's.
Well, no.
You said good jeans.
I mean, family genes.
My dad could wear my jeans.
It's like your skin, I wished I had your skin.
You don't want my skin. I got no pigment left.
Well, I mean, but your face, you have your mother's face.
I have a great face.
Yeah, and
just ask me.
Yeah. Overjoy says, Bike Week and Biketoberfest were my vacations. Now a golf cart and tequila looks more attractive.
Well, she's not too far now because Leesburg has their own bike fest over here once a year now.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, never been there, but I do know they have. Let me tell you a story.
Oh, Lord.
Here I am, I'm a gate guard, right, when I first moved here. And when I first moved here, I signed up for what they call a relief guard. In other words, you're old, you have a heart attack, you got to go to the hospital and get bypass surgery. I'm the guy that goes up and does your job at your gate until you get healthy enough to come back to work. Relief guy. I thought I'll do that. That way I can go to all these different gates. And I did that. Well, I'm up there by the hospital on Morse there, or whatever gate that is. Busy gate. I'm up there I did midnight to 6 in the morning. You only do 6-hour shifts. I'm standing outside about 2 o'clock in the morning because it was a nice summer night, just kind of looking around, not much traffic. Here come a couple of guys on a motorcycle. And they turn the corner and I could just tell by the way they were riding, they've been partying somewhere. He pulls up next to the guard gate, the gate's down, and obviously they didn't know anything about pushing the red button, and he stops. The one guy stopped and he just fell over. He just fell over. And he got up and he says, I forgot to put my foot down. I said, yeah, you did. I said, what can I help you with? He goes, how the hell do I get home? He said, I'm lost. I said, where are you wanting to go? He said, Leesburg. I said, man, Leesburg is you're going the wrong way. It's way over that way. So anyway, he turned around and they left. But that's some of the bike fest that goes on over here. They ride bikes and drink.
Yeah. Happy New Year, David. And Noah says, any update on the new wellness center down by me around Monarch Grove? The more family with 5 jets should dip their hand in their pocket and build it, as it is and will be needed. Yeah, and it is needed. The more people we get here, the more health care that you need. But Florida has this thing about you have to be approved for a hospital. It's not just putting down the money. You can't just build one anywhere. They only allow so many in a certain area. Why? I don't know. Where I was from, there they didn't do that, but they do that here. You have to be approved to get a hospital built anywhere. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, or they're still arguing over whether it's going to go in Lake or Sumter. I don't know what has to, but it's still on hold. It's on a permanent hold is what I was told. If I find anything different about it, I will let you know. But yeah, we really, the more and more people we get here, even the doctors that we do have here, even in the villages system, they get swamped, especially in the wintertime. And that's why they had so much trouble with the emergency rooms here. And it's not here only, it's all over Florida in the wintertime when more people are here. The emergency rooms are swamped because their doctors aren't down here. And so they go to the emergency room every time they have any kind of medical problem. But yeah, if I find out, like I said, we sorely need them. If I find out anything different, I'll let you know. I'm hoping it won't be another one like Brownwood, where it's a bedless hospital. But
well, I don't know anything about what it takes once you get the building built. That's one thing. That can be done pretty quick. I don't know what it takes to staff it. Doctors, surgeons, nurses, all that kind of stuff. It must be a problem because that for the years that I've been here, every year, that's all I hear. Shortages. The doctor I have right now, which is a doctor, what's her name?
Oh, Ahmed.
I'm going to end up getting a 4th doctor because she's my third doctor, because they told me the other day that I want to get an afternoon appointment. I always get afternoon appointments. I'm not an early riser. Now they're telling me I can't have an afternoon appointment anymore. So why not? Well, because she has 2 kids and she's only here on loan.
Yeah.
What?
She only works mornings, so only 2 or 3 days a week.
I'm not sure she's here 2 and 3 days a week. Maybe 2 or 3 days a month. I don't know. But she on full staff at the Orlando Medical Hospital down there somewhere, and she's on loan up here on contract. So that's the problem, I think. Mm-hmm. Building a hospital is one thing. Getting qualified people to go in there is another. And I say qualified people because I don't think a place like the Villages should have any second-rate doctors of any kind. Any kind. It should be top-notch stuff. If you got to pay more for them, then by God, pay for them. Because when you're in the hospital room and you're in pain and you're suffering, you're not going to ask the right questions. You're not going to say, do you have a medical license from the United States? You're not going to ask that. You're not going to ask how much. You just want the pain to go away.
Oh, Kathy B says she drinks beer. She drinks Sam Adams.
She says that, but I bet she really don't.
Well, Elizabeth Chamberlain says she drinks beer. Just because I don't mean that all women don't. And Overjoy says, yeah, she's thinking about the longevity of an old mobile home. Yeah, that would be my question too. And I said, getting it insured in Florida is an issue. After it gets so old, insurance companies don't want to insure you. So
here's what you can do. I got a secret on that. Even if you can pay cash for it, don't. Put 50 grand on it, finance it, then tell the bank you can't find the insurance. The bank will have to get the insurance for you because they got the loan on it.
Yeah, but they're going to charge you twice as much as you normally.
You're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
But at least you can get it.
Yeah, Kathy B says she really doesn't like IPAs.
I had an IPA once a long time ago. It was Yingling. Yingling had an experimental thing going on here. Much like I use my patrons as my kitchen exercise, they have it here. They put out IPA beer, and I went over to Winn-Dixie to get my normal beer, and I came home with a 6-pack. I said, they got this IPA yet? I'm going to try it. It was really good. And I went back to get some more, gone. And when I called to ask about it, it was an experiment, and they decided they weren't going to make any more of it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
She said the cheapest manufactured home on the Village site is $179,000. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
79,000.
179,000.
Oh, I was going to say there ain't no 79,000.
Yeah.
And that 79,000 or 179,000 probably a fixer-upper. I'm just guessing. I could be wrong here, but the price of things around here, when people say, "Oh, I found this 4-bedroom house, it was only $250,000. It's on Zillow," I'm saying it's a dump. If you found something for $250,000, it's probably going to need completely remodeled inside. There's probably mold in the house because somebody died a year ago. And there's a law down here that when somebody dies and the house goes into foreclosure, they have to wait a certain amount of time for a relative to take over.
And they don't want to turn off the air mover. I found that out once when we was looking at a place. And I said, because of the kind of weather we have here, things mold really quick. So, if the house is empty, they still have to have the air moving or air conditioning or something going on. They can't turn it completely off. And like I said, the realtor actually told us that, and I come from Indiana, we didn't have any idea of that kind of stuff. So
yeah. So if you buy a foreclosure house, get somebody you trust. Call Ira Miller to inspect it and look at it. And seriously, I'd pay the $500. Yeah. Have him go in it and give you a complete list of everything that needs to be done. And I know Ira well enough to know that he'll tell you if you give him your email or whatever. I don't recommend buying this. He'll tell you that because there's a problem.
Yeah. Shandy Shield says Noah knew why he was building the ark. It tells you in Genesis.
How do you know that? You didn't talk to him.
Shows you in Genesis, if you believe in the Bible.
I'm saying forget all this, what you believe. I believe that tomorrow I'm going to become a millionaire, but that don't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah. William McGill says Happy New Year to you. And Rick Holly says, please speak louder. Did you lose your microphone again? No?
It's right here.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe you need to turn your phone or your TV up or the computer up or something.
It's right here. Everybody else ain't saying anything.
Mine's right here, so I think we're good.
Put your hearing aid in. That's what they always tell me.
Hey,
What's that?
Carol.
Just out
Happy
of
New Year.
curiosity, Kathy B 603. When you say you drink Sam Adams, which Sam Adams do you drink? I know what my favorite one is. Do you have a favorite Sam Adams? I'm just curious. That's all.
You caught that, did you, Linda?
Wait, what? She
She
making
said
fun of me?
something wrong with Papa. He's talking to himself.
Yeah,
She says he still does.
yeah, I do.
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
you ought to hear me when I'm in there editing the news or talking. I'll be reading it. You got to see how I set it up. And I'm not the best reader in the world. I'm trying to get better at it. And I'm reading it. Everything's because I'm thinking editing in my mind. There are certain ways you can do things where I know the editing will be easier. So I'm reading it, and everything's going really good. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking this will be easy to edit. I get to Muhammad Shavu. God damn these names! I get so mad.
Uh, yeah, oh, Joyce, she's not anti-manufactured home. It's just the age of the ones they are selling. More issues than regular home. So I love the area up north. Yeah, that's kind of what got me. These things aren't made to last forever. They're not made like a stick-built home.
It's not
And
true.
well, I mean, some of them might.
Here's what I know about it, and take it for what it's worth. In some of the older areas up there, they took these. You guys call them double wides, but they're modulars. If they're a modular home, the walls are 2x6 full of insulation. That's better than here. This is 2x4 walls. The double wides is where they brought two halves of basically an aluminum sided thing, and then they put them together like this. Those walls can actually be 2x4, even less. I've seen them 2x3s. And those are the ones that they set them up on blocks and to get everything nice and level. You go over toward the Orange Blossom area where the country club's at, they put down cement slabs. And the homes come in and they set them down on that cement slab and bolt it down. Those homes ain't going to move. This is on a cement slab. All the homes here are on cement slabs, and those are on cement slabs. I think those homes will be around for.
But now she's talking about manufactured homes. And
I don't know what you mean when you say manufactured. A modular home is a home.
trailer.
No, manufactured homes are homes that are manufactured in a factory. And I worked at one of them, and we made the homes with 2x6 walls. And they go out on two semi trucks, bring them in, put them together. You can buy a 3-story home, manufactured home, and they'll bring a crane in to set this thing up. So I don't know what you really mean by that, but what I'm saying is, if you get one up there, if you're interested in one up there, if you can afford it, double check and make sure it's on a cement slab. You will have less trouble with that than any of the rest of them. None of high winds, something that's on a block can be blowed over. It'll be blowed off them blocks. If it's on a cement slab and bolted down, the odds are it's not going to go in. You may lose a shingle, but you're not going to lose any more there than I'm going to lose here.
Yeah, Frank Lowe says real people from the heartland are easy to talk to. North and south, east and west makes sense buying a modular for the bigger lot and build. And yeah, they do have bigger lots over there. And like I said, it's a nice little area.
I like the area. I always like that area up there. It's got a lot going for it. It's just that everybody comes down here retiring. They're always looking at new homes or the newer area. And so the older area is one of them areas that people just have a tendency to forget about. And it's got a lot going for it. Now, the homes are older, but I can also take you up there and I can show you a guy that bought 2 lots, moved the trailers out, and built $1 million home right there.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on up there. There's I think over 100 brand new homes built up there that the developer did. He bought the lots for however he got them. I don't know how he got them. People died, I guess. And he went up there and built brand new homes in there.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad idea. And I don't think, this is just me guessing here, that they have any kind of a bond up there either.
Some parts, certain parts of it don't, but there are others that are.
But if I buy a lot up there that has no bond, and this is a question, and I tear it out, I build a brand new home there, will I not have a bond?
I know about the bond, but some houses are in the.
No, that's the question. Will I have a bond if I build a new house?
Well, like I said, there's one area there that won't have any bond.
Well, it shouldn't because it's over 30 years old.
Yeah.
So there's no bond up there.
But they also belong to Lady Lake.
That has nothing to do with the bond. The bond is the construction of putting the roads and the rec centers and all that stuff in beforehand. They used the bond to build all that. Well, 30 years later, that bond's paid off. They don't have a bond up there.
Yeah.
Double check.
Gracie, Spanish Springs, yeah, Spanish Springs, the historical area is across the bridge from Spanish Springs. Where they have the mobile homes, the manufactured homes, but they also got some stucco homes there now. Because if you come on the Spanish Springs side, that's where they started with the half and half and the stick back homes, and it was kind of an experiment after they come across the highway.
What was that? What was that video called that we took up there? We drove around and did video of the new homes in that area. The long golf cart ride that was like 3 parts.
Oh, I don't have a clue.
Yeah, it might be on the long golf cart ride, and if it is, go to the third one. It'll say long golf cart ride 1, then the next one long golf cart ride 2. The first one I think goes from Brownwood to Lake Sumter. Lake Sumter, number 2 would be the Spanish Springs. And long golf cart ride 3, I think, will take you into the historical area, and I drive around showing you the new homes being built where the old modular homes used to be. And you get an idea.
Yeah. And Gracie said the number of hospitals, Virginia's like that too, where you have to get permission to build a hospital. It's not like
Linda Hobbs made that comment. You didn't tell me that.
What comment?
Something wrong with Papa. He's talking to himself.
I did tell you that. You just didn't hear me.
Yeah. Hey, Linda, how's Frank? I called you twice. You never answer your phone.
Yeah, he just had his surgery.
Yeah. Linda who?
Suzanne Logue says houses here in upstate New York are selling like hotcakes. Yeah, it's, what do they say? Baby boomers, they still got a few years of baby boomers, and a lot of them are downsizing and moving closer to children and moving to Florida. But yeah, I think upstate New York is a lot, isn't it? More more foresty.
Foresty.
I mean, it's less city. Upstate New York is less cityfied, and so a lot of people go to the country.
Are these words in the dictionary?
I don't know. As I say, I think I've got Alzheimer's. I can't think of words anymore. But yeah, they're still selling. It's just slowed down some.
Yeah, Frank, you're right. Frank said the same thing. Said with the price of everything, lots and everything, it makes sense to buy a bigger lot and build on it. You're right, Frank. And I don't think there's a bond. I mean, that's a big issue because where I'm at, the bond was $30,000, and down by Finney, I think it moved upwards of, depending what you bought, but like $40,000. And I'm hearing rumors from people every now and then of $50,000 bonds. Yeah. So it's something to think about.
Overjoyed says, I have 2 hospitals 3 miles in each direction, and all of them are bad. Yeah, it's one of those things. There's no guarantee if they put another one in, it's going to be any better. But in the hospital rating, like I said, it takes a couple of years before they get all that crap together. So you never know. It might go up some. I've been hearing good things about the hospital here lately. I mean, really. People that saying, we've heard so many bad things, but we had a wonderful experience. And I read all the boards. I read all the chat sites. And so I see that more and more now. So I think with Florida taking over, then I think it is coming up in nice.
Susan Logue says the houses in upstate New York are selling like hotcakes.
That's what I said.
Oh, that what you're talking about? I never listened to her.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping that the hospital rating goes up because I'm hearing good things right now. They're doing a lot of different stuff now than what they were doing. And when Florida, what did they call it?
What are you talking about?
The hospital.
It's called the hospital.
Over.
Oh, Advent? No.
No.
What are you talking about?
The Florida Hospital.
Florida Hospital.
Yeah, but it's something Florida.
What Florida Hospital?
It's something Florida. I can't remember what it is now.
I don't know what a Florida hospital is.
Oh, for God's sake.
Is it a hospital that's for the state of Florida? Or are you talking about the Villages Hospital?
Yeah, it's Villages Hospital was taken over by...
Yeah, it's the same one that got Leesburg Hospital. And they all have a 1-star rating.
Yeah, but like I said, since the takeover, it's been...
I thought it was Advent Health.
No, that's who took over in the one in Tavares. But the one here is University of Florida or something like that.
No, that's the college.
It's the hospital
Yeah,
that
but
they took over.
no, I'm telling you, I could have sworn that the Medicare expert said keep the Advent Health name. Remember that they were going to take all this over, and we did a video talking about each one of these hospitals and who owns it. Go watch the video about the 1-star rating, and you'll see a picture of me. You'll see a picture of the Medicare expert, and in that video talks about all these hospitals, where they're at, where is the closest 4-star hospital, and he tells you where all that is. Go watch that video.
V 1954 says, you're right about the medical situation. My family members trek back to New York for their doctor's appointments, and if they need surgery, they stay with family until they can return to Florida. Yeah, a lot of people do. And Linda says doctor shortage everywhere. Hers in California works 1 day a week. And you know
One
why?
day a week?
Yeah, because they can. You know, I mean, they need doctors bad enough that, you know, they don't need to take off on Wednesday for their golf game.
Yeah, but you still got to make enough money to pay your bills, and in California, that's an expensive state to live in.
Oh, yeah.
How do you make a living in working 1 day a week?
Well, you tell me.
Hmm.
Jackie Van Hawkins says, Yingling beer dark.
What is it?
Yingling beer dark.
I just drink regular Yingling beer lager. The lager.
The lager is the dark, isn't it?
No, it's an amber.
Oh, okay.
But I just like lager beers, no matter what color they are. I've found out over the years that any, like Beck's lager, it's almost clear like water, kinda. Looks like pee, but it tastes good. I like the lager beers. I don't like the black stuff like Guinness. God, that's nasty.
Yeah. Joseph Smith says, greetings from Ohio. It's 34 and sunny today. COVID came to our family on Christmas, and we've been isolated ever since. We're traveling to Kissimmee in February. Hopefully it's warmer then. Yes, hopefully it will be. And I said, this has been an unusual year for us.
Well, right now, Kissimmee, you don't want to go. Meekum Auto Auction's going on for
February,
the rest.
he said. February.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, and I said by the end of February, it's getting decent. And I said we'll start having rain in March. It'll be chilly and rainy, but it's not what y'all have up north. I know that, but to us, like I said, because we're used to the warm, even the winter months. I used to say 18 days of winter is all we had. This year I kind of had to retract that statement because it feels like we've had more winter this year than ever.
It has been. It's been chillier this year than the 10 years
when
we've been
we usually
there.
have 60, we've had 40. So this is just an unusual year.
Yeah, we're supposed to make a trip up north about the middle of January, and I'm thinking, oh, what could go wrong?
And actually, that's just in the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, the insurance and repairs to keep it livable that worries me. The older fixer-upper manufacturers' homes are really bad, unlivable. Still asking $200,000. Maybe the owners had reverse mortgages. Well, that doesn't mean you have to give them that just because they ask that. Any of these used homes here, even the ones here in our neighborhood, if they're used, you can negotiate that price. Now, in the new homes, you can't negotiate the price. This is the price and that's it. But they have been coming down on the prices. But I mean, you can't negotiate the price. But yeah, like I said, it really bothered me for what they got them. But like I said, you're buying the lifestyle and the land that manufactured home is on. So yeah, it's bigger. They're more expensive in most places. Why am I getting circles? I said I was getting circles there.
I did too. I'm getting circles here too, but
yeah, back on.
Must be the internet. It's the only thing I can think of. I'm getting circles every now and then.
And it's 2:00.
Oh, so we're about ready to say goodbye anyway.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's been nice talking to y'all. I said we missed you last week as I kept looking at the clock. And
I'm getting circles again.
Yeah, we had to talk with the lawyers last week, so we couldn't be on. But as I kept looking at the clock, but it didn't do much good.
Yeah.
But we had a great time. Linda, we miss you. Hurry home.
Linda who?
And but y'all have start off with a good year going on. I mean, we started 2024, and isn't that unbelievable? I keep looking back at they were talking about something that happened in the 1970s. I think it's talking about the monkeys or something. And I'm thinking, God, I didn't realize how far away that was.
Matthew says, "Where we're going to the Bronx?" Are you kidding? No, that ain't happening. I'm going to Kentucky. And from there, I intend to turn around and head back down here, but who knows? So anyway, I got a magazine this month. I don't have it here. It's the Christmas edition. We just got it yesterday. Anybody wants that magazine? The first one that emails me with an address, I will send you that magazine absolutely free for that. Thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing. If you ain't subscribed, why not?
See you on the other side.